The Titanomachy, the epic battle between the Titans and the Olympians, was marked by strategic brilliance and raw power. As the fight for control over the cosmos unfolded, the Olympians employed several key strategies that ultimately led to their victory. For 10 long years, the Earth trembled, the sky darkened, and the cosmos teetered on the edge of chaos. The Titanomachy was a battle unlike anything the universe had ever seen. At the heart of it all was Zeus, the defiant youngest son of Cronus, who dared to challenge the ancient order. But Zeus knew he couldn't win this war alone. The Titans were mighty, led by Cronus himself, who had ruled the cosmos for eons with an iron fist. To overthrow them, Zeus would need cunning, courage, and a host of powerful allies. The Titanomachy began with a deep-seated resentment that brewed among the younger gods. Long before the war began, Cronus, the king of the Titans, ruled the cosmos from Mount Othrys. He had taken power by overthrowing his father, Uranus, and now reigned with an iron grip. Yet a dreadful prophecy haunted him. One of his own children would rise against him, just as he had done to his father. To prevent this fate, Cronus swallowed each of his newborn offspring the moment they were born. But his wife, Rhea, could not bear to see all her children lost. When her youngest son, Zeus, was born, she tricked Cronus by offering him a stone wrapped in swaddling cloths while she hid Zeus away in a cave on the island of Crete. Zeus grew strong under the care of nymphs and the goat Amalthea, who nursed him with divine milk. As he matured, he longed to reclaim his birthright and free his siblings. With the help of Metis, the goddess of wisdom, Zeus devised a cunning plan. He gave Cronus a potion that forced him to regurgitate his swallowed children, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. United at last, the 6 siblings formed the core of the Olympian rebellion. The stage was set for a cataclysmic battle. With Cronus at the helm, the Titans fortified their ranks on Mount Othrys, preparing for war against the newly united Olympians who had taken refuge on Mount Olympus. The strategic location of Mount Othrys allowed them to utilize the natural terrain to their advantage, making it difficult for the Olympians to launch a successful assault initially. The mountain's height provided a tactical edge, enabling the Titans to observe and react to enemy movements effectively. The opening battles of the Titanomachy were chaotic and devastating. The Olympians, though young and determined, were inexperienced compared to the Titans. The Titans' sheer size and strength gave them an early advantage, and their mastery of the cosmos allowed them to hurl mountains and unleash torrents of primordial energy. Among Cronus's ranks were Oceanus, the Titan of the vast seas, Hyperion, the Titan of light, Atlas, son of Iapetus, and the Oceanid Asia, or Clymene, known for his immense strength. Atlas's leadership was pivotal in the Titans' resistance against the Olympians. Other formidable Titans included Iapetus, a warrior of great renown, and Zeus, the Titan of intelligence and the heavenly axis. Relying on brute strength, the Titans sought to intimidate the younger gods and deter them from challenging their authority directly. However, the tide began to turn when some Titans defected to Zeus's side, including Themis, Prometheus, and Epimetheus, who saw the potential in Zeus and chose to side with the Olympians. This betrayal would prove critical in the battles to come. For years, neither side could gain the upper hand. Gaia, the primordial mother, watched the war unfold with sorrow. Though Cronus was her son, his tyranny had betrayed her dreams for the world. She sided with Zeus, even as she grieved for the Titans who would face his wrath. As the war raged on, Zeus realized that brute force alone would not be enough. He needed more allies. He ventured deep into the underworld and sought out the Cyclopes, 3 one-eyed giants named Brontes, Thunder, Steripes, Lightning, and Arges, Bright, and the Hecatoncheires, beings of immense power who had been imprisoned in Tartarus by Uranus. With Gaia's guidance, Zeus defeated Campi, their jailer, and freed them. In gratitude, the Cyclopes master craftsman, forged powerful weapons. The thunderbolts for Zeus, a weapon of unparalleled power that allowed him to strike down foes from a distance with devastating force, creating openings in Titan defenses. A trident that could shake the earth and stir the seas, allowing for tactical maneuvers on land and sea. For Poseidon, and the Helm of Darkness, or Helm of Invisibility, which allowed its wearer to move unseen and strike from the shadows, granting stealth in battle. For Hades, with his cunning and mastery of shadow, he became a strategist for the Olympians. Armed with these formidable weapons, the Olympians had a distinct advantage over the Titans. Utilizing guerrilla tactics and ambushes orchestrated by Hades and Poseidon, the Olympians struck swiftly at Titan strongholds. Zeus, with his growing wisdom, divided the Olympians into coordinated forces. Poseidon commanded the seas, cutting off the Titans' supply lines. Hades infiltrated enemy camps, spreading fear and confusion. Meanwhile, Zeus led direct assaults, his thunderbolts striking fear into the hearts of the Titans. As the battles continued to rage on, it became clear that victory was within reach for Zeus and his allies. The war reached its climax with a massive battle that shook the cosmos to its core. In a climactic moment, Zeus feigned retreat, luring Cronus and his allies into a narrow valley where the Hecatoncheires lay in wait. Zeus devised a plan to draw the Titans into an ambush set by the Hecatoncheires. With their 100 arms unleashing a torrent of boulders, the Titans were overwhelmed. The sky burned with Zeus's relentless lightning, while Poseidon and Hades dismantled the Titans' remaining forces. The Titans, armed with raw power and ancient wisdom, fought valiantly. Led by Cronus himself, they retaliated with relentless fury. They engaged in direct confrontations and sought to exploit any weaknesses in the Olympian forces. Cronus wielded his scythe with devastating power. Meanwhile, Oceanus commanded the seas against Poseidon's onslaught. The ground trembled as Atlas, leading their charge, hurled massive boulders at the Olympians, his strength unmatched. However, despite their formidable opposition, they could not outlast the growing unity of the Olympians and their monstrous allies. Their lack of coordination became evident as the conflict dragged on. Internal divisions among the Titans weakened their overall effectiveness in battle. The Olympians slowly gained the upper hand, and one by one, the Titans fell. In a desperate last stand, Cronus faced Zeus. Father and son clashed amidst swirling storms and quaking earth, shaking the very fabric of existence. But Zeus, armed with his thunderbolts, unleashed a final earth-shattering strike that sent Cronus tumbling into defeat. The war was over. The Titans were vanquished. Ultimately, it was through this combination of strategy, powerful weaponry, unity among siblings and allies that Zeus and his fellow Olympians triumphed over Cronus and established a new order in Greek mythology, a legacy that would resonate through time as a testament to their strength and resilience. Following their victory, Zeus and his allies imposed severe punishments on the Titans, ensuring that they could no longer threaten the new order. Atlas received one of the harshest fates. He was condemned to hold up the heavens for eternity. Most Titans were cast into Tartarus, bound with unbreakable chains to remain imprisoned for eternity and guarded by the Hecatoncheires. However, some such as Oceanus and Prometheus were spared for their neutrality or assistance to the Olympians. But the victory was not without consequence. Gaia was enraged at the cruel fate of her Titan children. She felt betrayed. Despite aiding Zeus in his rise to power against Cronus, she had not anticipated that her children would face such dire consequences. From her deep sorrow and fury, she gave birth to new, monstrous beings, the Gigantes, the terrible Typhon, and Echidna, to challenge the rule of the Olympians in times to come. Though the Titanomachy had ended, the struggles of the gods were far from over. After their victory, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades divided the cosmos among themselves. Zeus became ruler of the sky, Poseidon took dominion over the seas, and Hades ruled the underworld. This division marked a new era in which no single deity held absolute power, reflecting a more democratic structure among the gods. The Olympians built their home on Mount Olympus, where they would oversee the mortal and divine worlds. Zeus, now the ruler of Olympus and protector of order in the cosmos, wielded the thunderbolts as a symbol of his reign, representing justice and divine authority over chaos. The Titanomachy serves as a compelling narrative of power dynamics in Greek mythology, highlighting how even great strength can falter in the face of cunning strategy and unity among adversaries. The defeat of Cronus marked not just a shift in power, but also symbolized a transition from chaos to order under the rule of the Olympian gods. It was a transformative event that reshaped the cosmos forever and set the stage for future conflicts, such as the Gigantomachy, where the Olympians faced new challenges from other mythological beings. Though the Titanomachy had ended, the cosmos would never know lasting peace. New threats loomed on the horizon, and Zeus's rule would soon be tested. What trials awaited the Olympians in the ages to come? Only time would tell. Next time, the rise of the Olympians. Please subscribe and give the video a like. See you next time.